Welcome to this DaVinci Resolve Fusion node breakdown. Today's node is the Motion Trails node. And this is another DaVinci Resolve node available within Fusion, and it is studio version only. So we're going to jump into Fusion, and we're going to add a Motion Trails node. And basically what the Motion Trail node does is it creates copies of an image to create like ghost-like trails. And we use this quite often for various things, but I'm going to keep it basic so you can see what's going on. So if we look at our node, we've got our trail length. So if I play this, you can see we're starting to get trails behind the movement of our footage. So it's just looking for movement and going to add these trails. So up top, we have trail length, which is going to change the length or the amount of your trails, basically the number of your trails. And let me make a change, and I'm going to pan this so we can actually see what's happening. So right now, if I switch this to 0 for the trail length, you can see we have no trails. If I switch it to 1, we have 1 trail. 2, we have 2 trails, 3, we have 3 trails, and so on. So your trail length is actually the number of copies you're creating. So we can set the trail length by changing the number of copies. Our drop off is basically how opaque or transparent those copies are. And the way this works is it does weird reverse math, so I'm really not going to get into it, but if I have a 0.5, that means 50%. So our first copy is going to drop 50% opacity, our second down to 25, 12.5, and so on. That's how that works, but it does it reverse, because if I lift this all the way up to 100, it's not multiplying that by 100. It's just even keeling all of our copies. They're all the same transparency. And if I drop it below 50%, you can see it starts fading those out faster. So again, it's that weird reverse math making this fade in and out. So you can change your drop off to taste, and that is just changing the fade of each additional copy. Under here, this use key, again, as a reminder, this is a DaVinci Resolve node, and it's meant to be used within your edit or your color grading tab, and it's using that alpha channel within there, but we don't have individual alpha channels in here. So if you needed to bring that in and use a key/mask input, we don't have a key/mask input, because all this input is for where our effect takes place. For example, if I turn this off and bring in an ellipse, plug it in, wherever I have this ellipse is where the effect is being masked off. So that's all this blue input is, and it has nothing to do with this checkbox use key/mask input. To be able to use that, you would have to actually have an alpha channel. So just an example, I will bring in a bitmap, and let's input it. And if I look at this, we can change this to luminance. We'll crank it down, crank it up, and I'm just going to invert it. So just the dark stuff is matted out. And let's go ahead and grab a channel boolean. We're going to add that, input it, input our bitmap. And if we go to our channel boolean node, we can change this to red background, green background, blue foreground, and we'll just use our alpha. And I'm not going to clean all that up. This is just an example. So if I select this use key mask input, it's only going to use the mask of that alpha we just brought in. So you can see the difference. If I play it, you can see her arm really isn't moving, just that masked area that we masked out on our bitmap. But if I turn it off, everything is being copied. So if you want to use this use key/mask input, you're going to have to create your alpha and bring it in independently. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Under our pan, this is where we actually move the location of our copies. So I can pan it so we can see more copies. I can change the pan angle. We can change the pan zoom to bring in your copies closer to the camera. And we can change the pan rotation. Now this reuse current frame, how this is working is each copy is based off the frame and it's compounding per frame. So if I find a location right here, you can see how her arm is moving, and with each copy it's moving one frame behind. But if I select this reuse current frame, it's going to actually just copy the frame exactly. So you can see her hand right here is all hitting at the exact same time. And if I uncheck this, you can see they're going to be offset by one frame. So that's what reuse current frame is, whether you want it to be exact or be held back one frame per copy. Under advanced controls, we have composite gamma. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to composite for the brightness of your copies compounding on top of each other. And by default, it's set to timeline. And the timeline is just basically using your timeline color space. And even though it says timeline, that default timeline is basically setting it to Rec 709 with a gamma of 2.4. If I select Rec 709, it's using a Rec 709 with a gamma of 2.2. If I select linear, it's just using your linear color space. If I select custom, this will give me a custom gamma slider so I can change it from 2.4 to whatever I need to change it. So if you're having problems with the coloring or the brightness of your overlapping images, you can use this custom gamma slider to correct it. Let's go ahead and put that back on timeline. For border type, this is just allowing you to change your borders if it's extending beyond your domain definition. So if I change my pan, you can see we're starting to get these black borders from our footage being moved over. And it being set on black just means it's going to have black borders. And underneath, we have this ability to soften it. So if we need to soften those borders up, we can. Additionally, we have replicate, so we can replicate it. And if you notice, we can no longer change or soften. We have reflect, and we have wraparound. So that's how you fix the borders of your footage being extended across. So that is the motion trails node. I will see you in the next node breakdown.